Hello, hi. Oh, I'm so excited to be here with you. I can't even believe it's Monday because I am feeling so good. I think that there used to be a thing where people like dreaded Mondays going to work again, like I had this amazing weekend and now I have to go to work and for me Mondays are this way of starting anew, starting fresh, setting goals and aspirations for the week. And it's not simply because I am an entrepreneur and I am in charge of my own schedule. So today, I want to inspire you. If you are somebody who goes into work on a Monday and you pull up your calendar and you're like, you have all these meetings and you're like dreading going to work, that even in your current situation, you can create this career of your dreams where you're able to make the impact that you really want to be making at your organization. And the reason why I know this is because I have students and clients all the time that are shifting around their areas of focus so that they feel inspired to go to work on Monday morning, that they feel like they love their jobs. Why? Like, it's so simple. It is so simple. It is simply because they're finally making the impact that they want to be making at their organizations. They see that their work matters. They're in leadership positions. Many of you, if you are leaders or executives, you wanted to be a leader. You want your work to really, really matter, right? And so when you start to do the work that I teach inside of Executive Ahead of Time and you really become that executive leader, you look forward to Mondays. Your calendar is in your hands. You are in control. And it's like nothing else. So I'm inspired to be here and I wanted to share with you guys today about some of the core principles of my Executive Ahead of Time program to give you an idea, a sense of why this can happen for you. Why all of a sudden you can look forward to Mondays and your calendar and feel like very empowered to do the work at the higher executive level that you want to be doing at your organization. So first of all, if you guys haven't met me before, my name is Stacy Mayer. Let me introduce myself. I am a promotion strategist and an executive coach. I am also the creator of Executive Ahead of Time, a 6-week group coaching intensive that I founded to empower corporate women to get promoted into senior executive leadership positions and have success once they get there. I'm also the host of Maximize Your Career with Stacy Mayer, a weekly podcast that I offer. We have over 80 episodes. Go to iTunes or wherever you listen to podcasts. Look for Maximize Your Career with Stacy Mayer, and you can start learning everything that I teach today so that you can feel empowered, so that you can make that bigger impact at your organization right away. I'm actually enrolling for Executive Ahead of Time. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about that program and what that looks like so that if you feel inspired listening to my core principles, the manifesto that I created to not only inspire me every day to do the work that I do, but also to inspire you and to remind you of your why. Simon Sinek talks about starting with why. We have to understand why we do the work we do. And I think especially as women, it's even more important that we know and understand our why. So I'm sharing with you today my why behind Executive Ahead of Time. And I encourage all of you, every single graduate of my program actually takes on this why, becomes the executive ahead of time, prints this out, puts it on their wall to remember why it's so important to have you in a higher level leadership position, because it ain't always easy, right? What we're doing is hard work, but the benefits are there and it is so incredibly worth it to start to put ourselves out there in this bigger and bolder way. So here are the core principles of Executive Ahead of Time. In Executive Ahead of Time, we get promoted in half the time with less effort. We enjoy the process it takes to get there, and we have success once we reach that executive position. I'm going to stop at the end of each of these sentences and explain, and so that you can really soak in everything that I'm talking about here. Why does it matter to get promoted in half the time with less effort? Right? It's not just because you're going to make a lot more money in your lifetime, but it's also because if we look at our next 20 years of our career and where we want to be right by retirement, we need to start doing this work now. Not when we're 55, when we're 60, when we're 63 and nearing retirement. It's important that you become that executive now, that you pull yourself out of the weeds, that you understand your 3X vision so that you're not making decisions in the wrong way, right? So that you're course correcting all along the way. It is incredibly important. The other piece of this is that it's within your control, right? It's within your control to have success once you reach that executive position. So many corporate women think that they have to be ready, like so ready, right? We've heard the saying that, men apply for a job when they have like 40% of the job requirements, but women apply when they have like 90 or 95%. If anybody knows the exact stats, put it in so that I'm not paraphrasing, right? And so what we're doing as women is we're internalizing and we're saying, okay, I have to have everything perfect and ready before I apply for that position. And I'm saying, no, we can create success for ourselves. So executive ahead of time is only a 6-week program. In just 6 weeks, you will understand exactly what it's going to take to be successful in that role. You don't have to wait years. This can literally happen now. Again, in executive ahead of time, we get promoted in half the time with less effort. We enjoy the process it takes to get there, and we have success once we reach that executive position. We learn to differentiate ourselves from others at our organization, not because of our technical skill set or tenure at the organization, but because of our significant and powerful leadership style. If you're listening to me and you know your leadership style, share it with us in the comments. Inspire other women by owning your leadership style. Unfortunately, so many people don't understand what their leadership style is. That's why it's a core element of executive ahead of time. Really being able to understand what our leadership style is and being able to articulate that to other people, being able to communicate that, understanding when and where to communicate that leadership style, right? It's so key. And so many of you think that your value at your organization is because of your technical expertise. And I want to show you that if you want to start getting paid for your ideas instead of the hours that you put in at work, you're going to have to start to own that your leadership is actually incredibly valuable and more valuable than your technical expertise. And so you're going to start to own that now and really understand and put words to these soft skills that can feel a little squishy about leadership. You're understanding why you are an incredible leader that needs to be in that higher level executive position. We work smarter, not harder. We know our career path and we are going to get there. We know our career path and how we are going to get there. I almost like that I kind of mixed that up. And we create allies along the way. If you're somebody who believes that advocating for yourself means that you're not ready, right? Like if I have to advocate for my promotion, it means that I'm not ready. No, it just means that other people haven't noticed yet, right? We haven't done what we need to do to set ourselves up for that executive level promotion. Nothing else. It doesn't mean anything about your ability to succeed in that higher level executive role if you have to advocate for it. So what you're going to do is you're going to lay out a career path. You're going to know what it's going to take to be successful in a higher level executive position. If you're already in a higher level executive position, you're going to know what that next level is, right? Even if it's not a title change, what's that next level of impact that you want to be making at your organization? You're going to know all of that ahead of time, and you're not going to be ashamed about it because you're going to have the communication skills. We're not just walking around being like, hey, I'm so awesome. We know how to communicate our worth and our value in a way that other people can actually hear. We don't sell ourselves short, worry that we won't be able to do the job, or focus on what we don't know. We solve for those problems, but we don't make it the main focus of our everyday, right? Because wherever we focus our attention, that's what we get. So if you are putting your attention on why you are an incredible leader, why you need to be in a senior executive position, then you are going to get more of that. Yes, we're going to solve for the problems. We're not being ignorant here. We're not lying. We're not putting on airs. Most executive leaders understand their weaknesses and they solve for that. They anticipate obstacles. That is so powerful. When you can start to do that for yourself, you are the executive ahead of time. We make bold decisions. We speak up. We offer solutions and not just problems. These are reminders as well. So when you find yourself like venturing off or not doing what you want to do or not getting the recognition that you really want to be getting, you realize that you're probably not making bold decisions. You're not speaking up. You're not sharing your ideas. And you're not offering solutions. You're just talking about your problems all of the time. Right? So that is what it means to become that executive ahead of time. We understand that a promotion is not a reward for our hard work. We focus on what we can control and we take steps to get ourselves to that next level of leadership. Again, this is about deliberately managing your career and life. One of the things that I learned very quickly on when I started to become an executive coach is that becoming a better manager doesn't lead to getting a promotion. And unfortunately, you have probably learned that the hard way as well. And so that is why everything that I teach is about deliberately managing your career and your life. You are in the driver's seat. You are taking ownership for what is happening around you because, quite frankly, it is your fault. You are the solution and you're also the problem. Right? But when we can start to understand that and really neutralize that and not make it mean anything about our ability to succeed, that is when we can have real success in our careers. Executive ahead of time brings more diversity to the leadership table, creating a new wave of innovation, power, and inclusivity in the corporate world. We need you at the top. Make a list. If you want to do some action items after listening to this, if you're inspired, make a list of all of the ways that your organization needs you at the top, right? And we're not going to use this against ourselves and be like, well, they just don't appreciate me. No, it is fire. It is fuel because your organization does need you at the top. We need you at the executive table. You need to be in a higher level executive position. You just haven't been given the skills to get there. We don't settle for a seat at the table. We demand to have a voice. These are the executives who are listening to me today who do have that executive title, but still don't have a voice at the table. It is the same process. These are fundamentals of executive leadership. The only reason you don't have a voice at the table is because you aren't able to think and communicate like that executive leader. You're still relying on something from your past or something that got you here, but it's not going to get you to that next level because we need you to have an actual voice. You deserve to have a voice at the table. We are the next wave of leadership. We reshape the future of our company, and we are corporate badasses. You are a corporate badass. You are ready for a higher executive leadership position. You are ready to have that voice at the table. And I am so freaking honored to help you get there. My executive ahead of time program, like I said, is enrolling right now. It's a 6-week group coaching intensive. I give you all of my core trainings that it's going to take to get you to that next level of leadership and have success once you get there. You receive weekly group coaching from me. I get fired up. I tell you what you're doing wrong. I point out all of the mistakes all along the way. And I show you what you're doing right so that you know what to do more of, right? So that you're no longer floundering, so that you do have a plan for success. And it's a weekly coaching community. So you're going to meet other corporate badasses, other women who are going through the same challenges. This is the surprise benefit of the group, is that they're like, oh my gosh, I had no idea I needed these women in my life, right? This is what's going to help you succeed and succeed and succeed. Having that personal board of directors, that community that you can fall back on. Registration is at executiveaheadofTime.com, and I'm going to put it into the chat here real quick. Give me just a second. Let me see if I can spell on the fly. All right. Go there, register, send me your questions. If you have any doubts, if you're not sure, do it anyway. Your organization needs you in a higher level leadership position, and I can help you get there. Thank you so much. I'll see you later. Bye.